It's a good afternoon from wherever you're watching from. My name is Benjamen Maithya and this is BMW Live. Like always, we are live on Facebook. You can search Benjamen Maithya or you can search BMW Live and watch our live video right now. Again, you can drop your comment pale Facebook at Benjamen Maithya or at BMW Live. You can follow me on Instagram at BMW_live_show and on YouTube at BMW Live Show. And this evening we are accompanied by Dr. Love. Dr. Love mwenyewe yako hapa, Wambui, or else you can call her Wambo. Wambo, karibu sana kwa show ya BMW.
Asante sana.
Yeah. So introduce yourself to the public. They want to know who you are.
I'm Wambui Mwaura.
Yeah.
God-fearing lady. Somebody who is hustling. I'm a businesswoman, if I may say. And I'm here to speak about life experiences, especially on love.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, this animal called love is a very dangerous animal.
Yeah.
That has been attacking many students, by the way. And to this evening, I want you to discuss about how love is affecting many youths before they get married. And before we begin, we had a pandemic called Mike Oliver. This is a man who came for vacation in Kenya and he slept with many of our girls. So what do you say about that?
I would say life, it's all about consequences and choices. So if you choose whatever you choose, there are consequences to take. And whoever decided to go and sleep with Mike, they knew the consequences, or they didn't, or they chose to, because I don't believe there is any lady who was forced to go and do that. They all chose to wake up, go and meet, prepare. So they had all that time to do all that they wanted and go meet Mike, despite not them knowing who he is or where he came from. But I think so many ladies nowadays are driven by money. Maybe they thought he came with dollars and amekafunga this time ya kuomoka. So when they chose to do it, maybe everybody, you know, they had what they had in mind. But they didn't know the kind of a person he was. But for him, he seems like he had his own intentions and he was after proving something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so what makes you girls sleep with men just for money? Or nini na force mulale na wanaume juu? Sijui ni shida gani mko nayo nyinyi?
Definitely in today's society, it's finances. It's money. Nobody anataka kukula shida. Everybody want to live a good life. But there is no shortcut for success. You have to work hard, of which so many ladies are not willing to do that. If you talk to so many of them, nobody would be willing to wake up, abebe chondo ama aeke kibanda. But all of them want to have this good life, influenced by social media, by what they see. So I think that's what is driving a lot of ladies nowadays to sleep with men for money.
Okay, so when should a girl or a lady be married?
According to me, I think not before 25, because between 20 and 30, that's a very critical stage. That's the time that you should be knowing who you are, discover yourself, because that time not a lot of ladies know whom they are. And that is the time that you should be, if it is pursue degree, if you want to do anything that you want to do and build your dream, that's where you lay your foundation. But before that, if you get married, I think before that stage, you are not psychologically prepared. You are still early in life. That's where you start life, because that age is around the time that many girls are in colleges. So I believe that time you should use it to discover yourself, to know who you are, go pursue, because actually the truth is, even before, I don't say all of not past 30 people know whom they are, what their purpose in life is, but it's important to know who you are or what you want to do at that early stage. So if you mix it with marriage, you'll not be able to discover who you are or what you are made up to do or what is your purpose on this earth. So I would advise ladies, don't even think about it before 25. Don't. Yeah.
So when are you supposed to date?
25 onwards is appropriate stage.
Hey, so what about these people who are dating by the 15 years?
They are driven by feelings, but I don't believe marriage is all about feelings. There would come a time, and once you get married, that's the rest of your life. You know, you'll spend the rest of your life getting married. So there is no point of rushing it simply because you want to be in it. Take your time, know the person that you are supposed to marry or the person that you are going to marry. And at this early stage, because a lot of them are driven by feelings, and that is the stage that a lot of people have their first love before 25. So you'll get into it because you are driven by the feelings, but once you discover the feelings is gone, now start seeing other things that you never saw when you're in love. And that's where you came to do, you realize uliblanda kwa life, and it's too late. Now that you have gotten married, you know, people just take marriage, I think, as something that you are going in or coming out as you wish, but to me, I think it's a lifetime commitment that should be taken serious, that should not be taken as a joke. And that's why today's society there is a lot of mix-up, because you normally talk to a lot of women, and some of them, they are packing out at their early 30s, late 30s, and you're wondering at that stage, unaenda uende wapi? Where are you going at that stage? Because somewhere around early 20s, she missed her point. Yeah.
So what about these ladies who get pregnant before they are married?
I would not judge them, because life is mysterious. Maybe some of them did it out of loves, and then they got married without knowing. Others maybe they wanted to. But at that stage, if you look at so many young ladies, they look mixed up. They really don't know what they want even themselves, because ukiuliza unataka nini kuocha ajui, mpaka yeye mwenyewe ajui anataka nini. But that lady is driven by just feelings. But I believe once amepata mtoto, that's the time anakuja kurealize, it is too late now. And so it's another responsibility. There is somebody here who needs this, who needs this, and that burden has to be taken by the parent. Now, Tena at the late, because at this time, she should be reading, she should be studying, and she should be enjoying her life, dating this person, dating the other, knowing what is right, what is wrong. Na ame rush and then ame fix kwa mtu moja. So later, I think she will regret, because I've seen so many cases, and I've talked to many. There was a time I talked to one girl and I asked her, the kind of life you are living today, if I would ask you, is that how we wanted your life to be? And she told me, not really. And I asked her, why did you leave the college? I said, I loved the guy so much, so that's why I dropped out of college. And now she was pregnant. So I asked her, and do you think your husband is able to take you back to school, or is this the baby that is coming who is going back to school? And I think at that particular time she did not, I think she had no thought about it, because I told her, now you messed up your whole life, because you have to build your marriage. Here is the kid. Now instead of you going back to school, is the baby who is supposed to be going back to school. You might not realize it at that early stage, but Aki move, that's the time she realized, I wish I had finished the college, put my papers somewhere. Then after raising the kid, you can pick your papers and go search for work. But now you have messed up your whole education. You don't have papers, you don't have skills. Where are you going to start with? She'll have to stick in marriage for the rest of her life, despite it being miserable. And I believe once she gets out, it is even get worse because she did not have experience of life before getting into marriage. Yeah.
So you said it's mysterious for a girl to get pregnant maybe before marriage. What about those ladies who are getting pregnant twice or thrice before they get married?
I would not really know about it. But I believe they're driven by feelings, as I said.
Feelings again?
Yeah. Because I don't really understand. She's not yet married. This is not the husband. You have gone the first time, you've gotten the kid. The second time, you've gotten another baby, and still you are going there back again. So that's why I said, if it's possible, abstain. The Bible is very clear about abstinence. It's not because God did not create intimacy with a purpose. He created it with a purpose. And he knew how when it would be done and why. Now when you rush it, you regret it because it has consequences. First, you get soul ties. Now when you get soul ties, detaching from this person that you had relationship with or intimacy before, it is very hard. It is very hard. So you will not do it, and that's why you're finding a lot of killings, because you are not able to handle that jealousy. What if you did it when you're in marriage? That love would stick for the rest of your marriage. And that's why you find when you do it, that first love, most of people does it with their first love, and then after comes a breakup that a lady is not able to handle. So after this breakup, you find there is still that attachment. Maybe she's married, but they're still communicating with the ex, because that first bond is stronger than any other bond that you'll ever meet in your life. So I think ladies should take it very seriously. And I think the Bible does not lie. God has a purpose for everything. If it is possible, if anyone would control herself, I think it would be the best for any lady to abstain until marriage. Because when you get that connection with that person, you would be able to break it now in a marriage, and you are serious, and you have this thing that you are going to build together for the rest of your life. So you don't have this psychological kind of trauma or disturbance, because maybe the person you loved, now you're seeing that guy or that lady with another person, and then you have to go back to the person in the house that you don't love, because the one you love is with another person. That's why you cannot even, I don't believe your marriage will be enjoyable, because once you go out there, you meet him with that person, and then you're in the house, you're like, that was the person I ever loved. And that's why it is important to do it in marriage.
So let me ask a very personal question.
I am not married, but I have my experience in life.
You have ever been married?
No, but I've passed through some journey that I would not talk about it here. But it's not a very fine road, having those experiences. Some of us meet people, I don't know, but I think everything has a purpose.
I can understand you.
So you look at it, I look at every situation positively. You either learn from it, or you let the situation destroy you. So you either come out with two things. You either come out a stronger and a better person, or you either come out worse and destroyed person, miserable person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. If you are joining right now, this is BMW Live, and we are live on Facebook. I can see you, Maureen, Mweo, unasema ndani kabisa. I can see you, Zainzan, and the rest. So we are accompanied by Wambo, and Wambo is speaking about love issues. Now, Wambo, speak to these men who impregnate young people, young girls, and run away. Speak to them.
I would tell them to grow up. And what you do, or what you choose to do, have it in mind. The choice you make, there are consequences. So you cannot go getting intimate with every lady and then expect you won't get, that lady will not get pregnant. Why are you running away?
But
what did you expect?
I think we are looking for an experience like yours. What do you say,
goes looking for experience. You encounter some of these things as the life comes or as life goes by. But I don't think I would call them cowards. Because whatever you are doing, you are enjoying, or you did it for your own pleasure, but you should know you do it. It is done with for reproduction purposes. So a baby might come. Why are you running away? Na hiyo ni mzigo yako. Where are you going? You should face it. Be responsible. And if you don't want to take responsibility, then don't do it. Then don't go messing other kids' lives. If you know that you are not interested or you are not ready, wachana mtoto wa wenyewe.
So what do women do?
You know, ladies wameumbwa na roho ingine rahisi sana. And as ladies, tunafurahishwa na vitu ndogo sana. So once you come and then you do some of these, because many ladies live in fantasy, of which in reality some of these things don't exist. You know, when you sit during these soap operas, and then you expect that you are going to meet Alejandro out there, it does not exist. They are not here.
In Kenya.
That's
where are they? Where are they?
They are ones, I think the ones that I've ever heard of encounter, majority of them they are just pretending, but actually from our African upbringing, there is no Alejandro. There isn't, you know.
There is Brayo, Kevo, and the rest. These are just things that people copy and want to bring them into reality, and they win ladies so easily because these ladies living in the fantasy of what they see. So once you come with it in reality, definitely the lady will fall in love with you and you'll get whatever you want, but for her is serious. No lady goes falling in love halfly. Men do it, but you are not there emotionally. And you find that so many men cheat, but the ones they cheat with or the ones they sleep with is not the ones they love. But for a woman, she needs that attachment and she do it for the feelings. So when a guy just want to just mess a young girl, mtoto wa shule, I think it's a high time. Wachane tuna. You know, there are so many women out here who are searching and who are ready to face life as it comes. But at this early age of college, secondary, please, wachaneni na wao. I have a friend of mine who told me that they are running against time. But let us not speak about that right now. So advise our young people hapa wenye wako yarudi shule from 3s to from 1s, and by the way class 7, class 6 and class 5, they are very big girls.
Yeah.
Talk to them.
I would tell them to try and associate with people who they would want to or they admire. You know, there are those ladies, you can look for somebody older that you admire character-wise, but not in a negative, in a positive way, not in a negative way. Because if you mess up your life at this early stage, I don't believe you'll be 15 or 16 anymore. Ikipita imepita, and there is no time you'll come and then useme I recover it in life. I'm so grateful to God because He's a God of chances.
Amen.
He gives Sanchez.
Yeah.
And but it doesn't mean that the ones He has given you utumie vibaya. But we start with foolishness before we get wisdom. You know, you must be a fool in order for you to gain wisdom.
Yeah.
So in your foolishness, that's why you do things, and then you come gaining wisdom. And God knows, and He starts with foolishness at early stage. And that's why you find so many men with gray hair, older ones, they're able to give advice and they can see you coming. That's why mtu anakuambia kuja tu vile unakuja. You know, they talk, and there was a time I was talking to a man And I was telling them, ladies normally lie to themselves. The ones that have sponsors, or you want to have a sponsor, it's okay. But I don't believe you with your whole self. You don't have anything. You don't even have a mind to buy a bicycle. And here comes a man with several plots driving a Range Rover. Now, unataka kusema utamkula how? This man, when he sits with the fellow men, anaweza make a deal of millions. Yet you yourself, you can't think of even how to come up with your own money to buy a bicycle. And you want to tell me that you can be wiser than that man? You can't.
Okay.
And that man is just using you, wasting your time, because finally anajua mahali ameseto, na kulia narudi, na kulia naenda. Chances are you'll miss the guys of your age. And ukizoea sasa hiyo pesa ya kupewa sana, you will not, when your boyfriend maybe comes anakupatia just a small token of what he's getting or working hard of. Na kuna mwingine anakutolea pesa. You know, these men give out of their change. You know, if a man is driving a Range Rover or Mercedes, how much that man is spending for in a day?
Too much.
Too much. So when he gives you 5,000, hii hata ijatosha kufuel gari yake. But you'll be so excited and you feel on the top of heavens because he has given you pesa kidogo. And these other guys, you know, they are growing. There is a time also this guy at 20, 25, 30, atafika 50, and maybe he'll have that much money to do what he wants and give excess, of which akipatia that man, when he gives you 5,000, ni kidogo. Sana. It is not even worth it. It is not even worth their dignity. It is not worth their life. Because by the end of the day, it won't take you anywhere. And there are a lot of many girls who are coming up, growing up, beautiful, more than you were. Sasa mtu anazaliwa sahi, and probably you are 20 or 25, and there is a baby born today. Wewe ukiwa na huko 40, that lady will be very beautiful. Sasa unasa ule mzee atakuwa yeah, you messed up your own life.
Thank you sana Wambo.
Yeah.
And naona muda unatupa kisogo hapa. So as we wind up, Wambui, when are you planning to get married?
At God's best time, I would say. Or when I meet that man that I know, this not precisely a rich man, but a man that is focused with the life, somebody who treats me with respect, somebody who has a vision, and somebody who have a future. You know, there are so many guys, but they don't have a life. But the others that have a life, they are focused, but they don't have finances. That's a man that can take you or go with far.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming. Maybe your last remarks before you wind up.
I would tell young ladies, especially young girls. You know, boys are advantageous because once you get a girl pregnant, you won't go carrying the baby. The girl is the one to take the responsibility, is the one to stay with the girl. So a boy somehow is privileged or advantageous because he can go back to school, he can go out on his normal life without anybody knowing he has a kid somewhere. But this young girl, it is hard for you to move because if you're at home, you won't even settle with your friends. Kama hujapigiwa simu rudi mtoto wako analia, unajua, and then that psychologically inaanza kumsumbua because you're already young, you want to have your social life, you want to have fun, but here you have also a responsibility and you are not ready for it. So I would tell the young girls to be very, very careful. If you're in school, read hard, focus with your life. Those that you come at one point to kaichini useme, I wish I knew. Those are the very worst words you can say in your life. So use your time appropriately, do it well. I normally tell people the richest person on earth and the poorest person on earth, both of them, God has given them 24 hours. So it all determines with whatever you are going to do with your 24 hours.
Wow.
And time and chances happens to everyone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Wambu, for coming to BMW, and thank you very much again for advising these young people out there. Sana sana watoto wa shule. So we wish that we could have more time maybe to discuss about something else. And maybe next time tukikutana utakuwa umeolewa. Tuambie ndoa inakupeleka namna gani? Ama ni aje?
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you guys for watching. Those who are tuned in, this was BMW. So good evening, good luck, see you when you see me. Bye bye.